Unveiling the power of Afaan Oromoo, the resilient language of the Oromo people. Imagine a language so resilient that it survived centuries of suppression, a language that carries the heartbeat of its people, connecting generations through spoken word, song, and tradition. Today, we're exploring one of the richest cultural treasures of the Horn of Africa, Afaan Oromoo. Stick around to learn how this powerful language stands as a symbol of identity, resistance, and hope for millions. Welcome back to Simaan Tube, where we dive deep into the incredible history, language, and culture of the Oromo people. Today's episode is dedicated to Afaan Oromoo, the language that tells the story of a people who have endured, thrived, and shaped the Ethiopian landscape. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss our continuous series on Oromo culture. Let's start with the meaning and significance of Afaan Oromoo and discover why this language is so much more than words. 1. What is the meaning and significance of Afaan Oromoo? Afaan Oromoo translates directly to the language of the Oromo. But for the Oromo people, it's more than just a method of communication. Afaan Oromoo embodies their history, their struggles, their aspirations, and their identity. Spoken by over 60 million people, it's not only the most widely spoken language in Ethiopia, but also one of the most widely spoken languages in Africa. For the Oromo people, speaking Afaan Oromoo is an act of preserving their heritage, a heritage that reflects thousands of years of culture, wisdom, and resilience. 2. Survival of the Oromo language through suppression. Throughout history, Afaan Oromoo faced multiple attempts to silence it, particularly during the Ethiopian Empire's expansion and subsequent political regimes. Colonial and imperial powers sought to establish linguistic dominance, discouraging and even banning the use of Afaan Oromoo in schools, media, and government. Yet, despite this suppression, the Oromo people kept their language alive through oral traditions, storytelling, and clandestine teaching. Speaking Afaan Oromoo was not just a means of communication, but an act of defiance and preservation. 3. Dialects of the Oromo language. Afaan Oromoo is a diverse language with several dialects that reflect the regional variations among Oromo communities. The main dialects are Talama, Macho, Harager, Jima, Arsi, and Barana, each with subtle differences in pronunciation and vocabulary. These dialects showcase the linguistic richness within the Oromo culture. Though there are differences, speakers across dialects understand each other, highlighting a sense of unity within diversity among the Oromo people. 4. Why Afaan Oromoo is a symbol of resistance. For many Oromos, Afaan Oromoo is a symbol of resistance. Speaking their language, even when it was illegal, became a powerful act of cultural pride and resilience. Over time, it became a banner of the Oromo struggle for recognition, equality, and self-expression. Today, Afaan Oromoo continues to serve as a unifying force, reminding the world of the Oromo people's fight to keep their identity alive. 5. Expression of worldviews and beliefs through Afaan Oromoo. Afaan Oromoo is woven deeply into the Oromo worldview, especially through concepts like Naga, peace, and Safu, respect for moral order. These beliefs guide interpersonal relationships, respect for nature, and social harmony. The language itself captures Oromo philosophies, honoring ancestors, and guiding community values that have been passed down for generations. 6. The role of oral literature in preserving Oromo culture. Without written records for centuries, the Oromo people relied on oral literature to pass down history, laws, and wisdom. Through folktales, poetry, and proverbs, the community learned their past, values, and even survival strategies. Oral literature is how Afaan Oromoo has managed to survive and flourish, carrying the voice of ancestors into the present. 7. The influence of Oromo poets on Ethiopian literature. Oromo poets have played a significant role in Ethiopian literature, offering perspectives of hope, resistance, and resilience. Their poems often explore themes of love, freedom, and social justice. Figures like Sege Gabermedin, who wrote in both Afaan Oromoo and Amharic, used poetry to bridge cultural gaps and raise awareness of the Oromo experience in Ethiopia. 8. Why Afaan Oromoo wasn't written until the 20th century. For centuries, Afaan Oromoo was an oral language. It wasn't until the mid-20th century that it was given an official script, Latin-based, thanks to efforts from Oromo scholars and activists. This delay was largely due to political suppression and the desire of past regimes to promote only the dominant languages in education and administration. But once it had a written form, Afaan Oromoo rapidly grew in literature, media, and education. 9. Impact of colonial and imperial powers on Oromo language and education. Colonial and imperial influences sought to impose their languages over Afaan Oromoo, banning it in schools and using political power to promote other languages. Despite these barriers, Oromo activists tirelessly fought for recognition. Today, schools and universities teach Afaan Oromoo, a hard-won victory that underscores the power of language in education and self-determination. 10. Key differences between Afaan Oromoo and other Ethiopian languages. Afaan Oromoo stands out in several ways. Its Latin-based script, tonal quality, and vocabulary distinguish it from Amharic and Tigrinya. While Amharic uses the Guizi script, Afaan Oromoo's use of the Latin script makes it more accessible to the Oromo diaspora and modern learners. This unique structure is part of what makes Afaan Oromoo so integral to the Oromo identity. 11. The role of technology in spreading Afaan Oromoo. Social media and digital platforms have allowed Afaan Oromoo to reach global audiences. From podcasts and YouTube channels to online classes and apps, technology has fueled a revival, connecting the Oromo diaspora and allowing youth to learn their language from anywhere. The internet is amplifying Afaan Oromoo's voice worldwide, creating a digital legacy for future generations. 12. Prominent Oromo authors and their contributions. Authors like Mohammed Hassan have enriched Ethiopian literature with works written in Afaan Oromoo, reflecting the realities, dreams, and identity of the Oromo people. Other influential figures include Sege Gabermedin and Haile Fida, who were pioneers in advocating for the use of Afaan Oromoo in Ethiopian arts. These authors have shown the power of language in storytelling, creating works that resonate across cultures. Afaan Oromoo is more than a language. It's a testament to the resilience, strength, and spirit of the Oromo people. From ancient oral traditions to modern digital platforms, this language continues to inspire and unify. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history and beauty of Afaan Oromoo. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with others who want to learn more about Oromo culture. And don't miss our next episodes on Simaan Tube as we continue exploring Oromo heritage, one story at a time. Until next time, remember that understanding each other's language is the first step to understanding each other's hearts.